World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. It is a gorgeous Thursday night in Atlanta where the Braves try to hand their Mets their first Eastern Division Series loss of the season. Enough with the appetizers. It's time for the entree as the Braves start play tonight, 4.5 games behind New York. If Atlanta can win this game, they will have gained 2 games in the standings at the end of this series play. Hi again, Chip and Jeff. Great to be back with you at the ballpark. Partner, last game of this 4-game set. What better way to finish it than with a great pitching matchup? Max Fried for the Braves and Jacob deGrom for the Mets.
I was going to say, this has been a great series so far, and you end up going to the 4th game and you get 2 of the best pitchers in baseball going head up. The good news for the Braves, Max Fried is back tonight after 12 days. Had that scary little hit his head down up in New York. The concussion protocol hasn't appeared in 12 days, but at the same time, Max got some bad luck to that start. I'm so glad he's back out there tonight and gets the opportunity to go back against this Mets team, and you need him on the mound tonight because on the other side, Jacob deGrom's on the mound, and everybody knows what he has done. 28 strikeouts in 16 2/3 innings since he's come back from the IL this year. Look, the Braves know what they have to do. Hunt fastballs outside, try to put a few runs, and let Max throw a gem.
And if Atlanta wins this game, they will take 3 out of 4 from the Mets and pick up 2 games in the Eastern standings to boot. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Great pitching matchup. Fried, deGrom, Braves and Mets. Game 4 action from Truist Park comes your way next here on Bally Sports.
Trying to make a play on that ball, and you see his head hit the ground extremely hard. Max came back out and tried to finish pitching in this night, but it was the next day that he could definitely tell something was wrong. That is when he was placed on the concussion IL and was activated last night, of course, to make this start here tonight. But he had to pass a whole bunch of tests that the medical staff had lined up for him. This is a guy who was battling headaches for a while. He certainly was sensitive to light. The next place we went after that trip was Miami, so he certainly could tell that. But throughout this week, guys, he's played catch a number of times. He's thrown 2 bullpens, and it was really the second one where he was rearing back, letting it go, that he knew he was himself again because he wasn't wobbly. I mean, that first bullpen he threw after that injury, he could tell that is when things weren't right. So for Max to be feeling better, and of course Brian Snitker saying this is the guy you want on the bump in a game like this.
We always like seeing Kelly, Max Fried pitching for the Braves, but it's been a while, Jeff, 12 days. What adjustments does Max Fried have to make not pitching so long and for a second time against this New York club?
Keep yourself under control. You have a tendency sometimes when you don't pitch for a while to come out amped up. Look, Fried in his career in August, Chip 13-1. The only loss in Flushing last week.
And this is the Buck Showalter presented lineup. It's also brought to you by Toyota, Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Alonso. Darren Ruff hits lefties well. He's in the ball game for the Mets at first base. Jeff McNeil's had a great series at the plate. James McCann is behind the plate. And as you said, Max Fried on the mound, 10-game winner for Atlanta, making his 23rd start tonight. With Max on the hill, what are your 4 keys for Braves victory?
What I just said, stay steady, stay within yourself. I think that's a good thing. Max has done this enough now where you see him not as hyped up. You don't want to see 97, 98 from him. Hit that 95 and have good off speed. And look, cash in, you're not going to get many opportunities against Jacob deGrom tonight. So when you do get an opportunity here or there, someone's got to come up with a big knock.
Big crowd still filing in on this lovely Thursday night. The Astros will be in tomorrow for a 3-game weekend series. The Braves trying to pick up another game in the standings. Again, the Mets have not lost an Eastern Division series that they have played yet this year. This would be a perfect time for the Braves, Jeff, to make a statement.
It's a big game tonight. It's a big swing game. You get 3 out of 4, you really put some pressure on that Mets team only being 3.5 out.
And the Mets head to Philadelphia to take on the hard-charging Phillies. They've got 4 games in 3 days next, while we host the Astros here tomorrow night. Max Scherzer was the Mets starter last night. It's Jacob deGrom for New York tonight against Max Fried in Game 4, and Brandon Nimmo will lead things off. And that's a good way to start. 79 degrees, fluffy clouds overhead. Perfect night. And we're glad you're with us all across the Southeast for the series wrap up. That is Max Fried's season arsenal as he twirls a 1-1. Beautiful pitch. Shane Livensparger will call balls and strikes. Hopefully he's a little more consistent than Will Little was last night.
Well, this is where the Mets team, we've seen him be patient at times. Worked in Charlie Morton's favor the other night because he got ahead. Hopefully Max does the same thing tonight. You don't want to get the 2 strikes off him.
Swing and a miss. A breaking ball, a beauty. Nimmo asks if it would have been called a strike. The answer is yes, and 4 pitches retires the Mets' first hitter.
I think you're going to see Max mix some of these curveballs in a little more than he did last time. Last time up in New York, threw a lot of fastballs in to the right-handed hitters. And seeing how they struck out a lot on Charlie Morton's curveball the other night, Max might have picked up a thing or 2.
Intel being spread in the Mets dugout. Here's Starling Marte. Marte had a 2-homer game here last night. He's going to roll to third. Riley vacuums that up. 2 outs on 5 pitches. So a strikeout and a ground out for Max Fried. That brings up Francisco Lindor. Lindor is a switch hitter.
You know, I always think about a competitor like Max Fried. Sometimes this is probably a good thing. All everybody's talking about is Jacob deGrom starting tonight. And I think Max is sitting over there going, you know, I'm pretty good myself.
Going back to the start of the 2019 season, there's only one starting pitcher who has won more games than Max Fried, who has 48 such victories. Garrett Cole is the man who's won the most games individually. So you're right. Our guy's real good too.
Yeah.
As Francisco Lindor has a 1-1 count. Lindor's strong side is the left side. As a hitter, he's batting .246 this season against left-handed pitching, .271 overall on the year. No shift on him right-handed with 2 outs. And it's 3-1 with Pete Alonso waiting on deck. On the ground, sharply hit right at Dansby. 3 outs, 10 pitches. Welcome back, Max Fried. It's as if he's never left us. No score after a half inning in Atlanta. Braves can get some early offense going here in Game 4 against the Mets. Ronald Acuna Jr. leads off the Toyota starting lineup. Travis d'Arnaud back behind the plate. We'll see how Vaughn Grissom and Michael Harris fare against one of the game's greats, right-hander Jacob deGrom of the Mets, who's off to a 2-0 start this season for New York.
Well, look, when you're facing him, you pretty much got 2 pitches. You're getting that 4-seam fastball, and you're getting the slider. Occasional curveballs and changeups, but not often. Last time the only damage he gave up was a 2-run homer to Dansby Swanson to right center.
Ronald, 3 hits in the series, 3 RBIs in the series. He's been on base a lot. And deGrom says hello with 100 miles an hour to start the night.
Because he's not loose yet.
Ronald has been up for the challenge against Jacob deGrom.
If you go back and watch some of his hits, he has split that right center gap some and used the middle part of the field.
deGrom with 3 pitches has out number 1. It's just unreal what this man has done, Jeff. His velocity has increased as he's gotten older. His strikeout rate has increased as he's gotten older. And as you said, he's striking out half of all batters he faces.
Yes. With 2 pitches, pretty much. That's what's tough.
Dansby hit the home run up in New York against deGrom. And he shoots this one toward right for Marte. 2 outs. deGrom has been human against the Braves. Atlanta has beaten him 7 times in 26 starts. Hopefully tonight will be number 8. Here's Austin Riley, who's looking for his 2nd hit of the series. deGrom has issued only 1 walk in his first 3 starts this year. That was against Ede Adrianza up in New York. Riley ahead in the count.
That's where he's so tough. 2-0, you're getting ready for that 100-mile-per-hour fastball, and he throws 93 down in the zone.
.101, but off the plate. Shot the other way, a base hit. Might be a good way to approach Jacob deGrom tonight.
Look, it's so hard to pull 100 miles per hour. So a lot of times you tell yourself, let him supply the power. He's throwing 100. Just get the bat head there, and that's exactly what Austin Riley did on that pitch. It's what Dansby tried to do the pitch before. Look, the way the ball flies here to right center, if you get the bat head to it and it's 100 and it connects, it'll go.
Well, 1 went for Matt Olson in this series, almost onto the roof of the chop house. And had a good rip at that. Strike 1. Matt Olson, 25 home runs, 79 runs batted in. And the Braves have very aggressively attacked Jacob deGrom. All 3 hitters to start, or 3 of the hitters have started with a swing against Jacob. High fly ball, shallow left. Canna and Nimmo. It'll be the Mets left fielder, and that will retire the side. The duel is on. Max Fried, Jacob deGrom, no score. Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. We are through our first inning. Max Fried needed just 10 pitches to get his first 3 outs. Now he'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters for New York here in Game 4 of the series. Max has had good luck against the Mets. A 2.86 lifetime ERA. 5 wins for him.
Yeah, both guys look sharp in the first inning.
That's really reassuring considering Max hasn't pitched in a big league game in 12 days. Now Pete Alonso, the DH, leads off for New York. And check swing strike, 0-1.
Look, you never want a guy to get a concussion, but at the same time, you know, probably helped him getting a little time off with his arm. He's locked in every start every 5 days, so just a little bit of break for Max.
Just missed inside. It's an even count. Game like this, first run is hugely important. And with the pitching staffs that the Braves and Mets feature, scoring first will be a big key in tonight's game. There's the 1-1 count. And it's popped up right at Matt Olson. And Matt will drift into foul ground and put that away. When the Braves score the first run of the game, they're 54-9. When the Mets score the first run, they're 60-11. Very similar records. And Fried off to a good start. 4 up, 4 down for Darren Ruff.
Well, both teams have pretty darn good back end of the bullpens. Here's the pitching hero from Monday night for the Mets.
2 scoreless innings.
14 pitches. That's his first at bat of the series, though.
Darren Ruff, 11 homers, 43 driven in. He's here to face guys like Max Fried. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good changeup.
So the curves look good. The changeup has looked good. Fastballs look good.
More off speed, though, if you're noticing tonight from Max.
That was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tell you what, though, I'm getting the feeling that outside corner, we saw DeGrom go down there twice and didn't get the call. He's not giving that pitch.
And Ruff fouls it away to stay alive. And 2 balls, 2 strikes. High fly ball toward the left field corner. Did he keep it fair? Foul ball.
Wow.
Let's see if the Mets check this. Long delay by Will Little down the line.
Oh, yeah, it was foul. That ball's in the air a long time.
Buck Showalter can come out and ask for a crew chief review just to make sure.
This one will be quick.
Call and field of foul balls under a crew chief review.
If you see the ball pass in front of the pole, that it's
Clearly foul, yeah.
That's a great angle.
Man, it did not miss by much. What a, yeah, you're right. What a good angle with Ruff in the background.
Fans will see the replay in the ballpark that we just showed you at home. And it's clearly to the left of the pole, so this should be just a long, loud strike for first baseman Darren Ruff.
Calls confirmed, foul ball.
That was the original intent of replay. Make sure that we got the boundary calls right. And that one was clearly foul, so it's 2-2 for Darren Ruff. Swing and miss. 2 outs.
That's how it always happens. You just miss a home run and then he makes the nastiest pitch he's made all night.
So free to set down the first 5 he has seen tonight. Now he faces the 3rd leading hitter in the National League, Jeff McNeil, who has had a great series at the plate. As a hitter, by batting average, McNeil has fared better against left-handed pitching than righties.
Well, he does a good job of staying in there.
Golfs this ball toward left. Long run. And the grab made by Robbie Grossman. 6 up, 6 down for Max Fried. Very efficient, too. No score.
The order due up for the Braves, and in speaking with hitting coach Kevin Seitzer this afternoon, he said, we did make a little bit of an adjustment to our game plan tonight after seeing DeGrom just over a week ago, and he mentioned that he didn't want to expand too much on it just in case it didn't happen, which you can understand, but he did say it was going to be dictated, guys, by his command and his ability to locate. Obviously, that slider he mentioned, you know, that's his chase pitch. But then in zone command with his fastball, he goes, we have a game plan of where we want to hunt. But Frenchie, you mentioned hunting 102 and laying off of the 94-mile-an-hour slider. It isn't easy because everything looks heater coming from this guy. And I love the word he used to describe him, a unicorn, because nobody in this league has pinpoint location like this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's well said. And that's the thing. Even these first 2 pitches you're seeing right there, 93 both painted on the corner. It's just tough.
Just missed outside for the Braves catcher Travis d'Arnaud, who's 3 for 7 in the series. One of those hits, a 3-run homer.
That's why I like, you know, what you saw Dansby, Austin Riley. I like those approaches early.
Can you put into words what's it like to stand in the box against Jacob deGrom when he's at his best?
Not easy. Is that the right word? I mean, he's just dynamic. When he's on, he's, you know, the best in the league, I think.
And he just took care of d'Arnaud for strike 3. 1 away in the 2nd inning. And he's not even effectively wild. He's throwing this hard, Jeff, and painting corners.
That's the thing. You can't work his pitch count. You know, like you see some guys, let's try to get his pitch count. He's coming, you know, hard at you early. With that being said, that's why, for me, I was so excited with Max Fried getting the ball on the other side for the Braves tonight, because, look, it says you can't win the game, but it just might be 0-0 in the 6th inning, and then you got to do some work.
Eddie Rosario is the batter. He's 1 for 6 in the series. Again, first pitch attack swing from a Braves hitter. Don't know how long Jacob deGrom will pitch in this game. The deepest he has gone this year is 6 innings, and Jeff, the most pitches he's thrown in a game is 76.
Yeah, so I mean, I would think at this point, if he needs to go 90 tonight, he can.
On the ground and out towards second. 2 away.
And you think about it too, with their pen being used a lot lately, he might get a little longer time out there tonight, depending on what's going on.
Well, Vaughn Grissom. Grissom had a couple of hits last night. One of them came against Max Scherzer. Now he gets to lock horns with Jacob deGrom in back-to-back starts. This young man's been a revelation. Look what he's done at the plate. Good rip at that. And fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. I would imagine for a young player, Jeff, this is one of those aha moments. I'm really in the show.
You know what? You want to become one of the better players in baseball. These are the guys you got to be able to hit.
$100 on the black. 1-2. Grissom is down on strikes, and DeGrom has his first 1-2-3 inning. What a night. Fried and DeGrom, no score. We're through 2. You see on the Xfinity Live look, Cam, Fried, and DeGrom look to be at the top of their game so far after 2 scoreless innings. Austin Riley is the only man with a base hit so far tonight. Max Fried, 22 pitches in his first 2 innings, has retired 6 in a row. He'll face Mark Canha leading off the New York third. A slow curve for strike 1.
You can see him mixing those in more. Did that to Pete Alonso. Threw a couple to Darren Ruff.
Max Fried 5-3, a 2.49 ERA on his home mound. As a 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter for the Mets in the third inning. And just missed inside. After Canha, rookie Brett Beatty will stand in, then James McCann. Beatty had an unforgettable debut here last night. Rip toward left. Grossman will play that on a hop at the warning track. Canha, big turnaround first. He's going to try for 2. The throw will come in late. And so the Mets' first base hit tonight is a double to left by Mark Canha.
And just a fastball kind of in and up. The ball was just deep enough where Grossman really wasn't able to make a strong enough throw to make it close.
So Brett Beatty, who hit a 2-run homer on his first swing as a big leaguer last night, will hit with a runner at second and nobody out. Pride of Lake Travis High School in Austin, Texas. Playing in his second major league game tonight. Always wonder how young left-handed hitters fare against left-handed pitching. He hung in there pretty good last night against the Braves. And he's gotten himself into a 2-0 count here in the third inning. Base it up the middle. Canha will be stopped at third. So the Mets have a serious threat. First and third, nobody out, and the catcher James McCann scheduled.
Well, he got that 2-0 count. Max probably kicking himself because those first 2 fastballs were way down.
Well, you need an atom ball right here. James McCann batting .176. Left-handed pitching's given him a ton of trouble. He's 4 for 44 at the plate against lefties.
Off speed, for lefties has been getting them. That back foot slider, curveball combo, and then that fastball up in the zone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Strike one.
Something to keep an eye on too, Chip. Max was one of the best pickoff moves in all of baseball. And you got a rookie on first, second game, who's getting a little bit of a big lead.
Oh, 2. Canha doubled, took third on Beatty's single up the middle. Now the 9th place hitter, James McCann, behind 2 strikes. One out. Big pitch. 3 strikeouts for Fried. And Jeff, you saw that all the way from Duluth.
Yeah, got him the first 2 to take, and then that one even a little bit lower and got him out in front. Big out. Now you got the lefty-lefty matchup. I mean, you got a chance to get out of here with no damage.
If you get a hard hit ground ball, it's got to be clean because Nimmo can fly. And he struck out swinging to start the game. Max had him leaning. Throw was a little high.
Yeah.
Saw him slap the glove in frustration. Might have had Beatty picked off with a better throw.
Well, it's so funny because from up here where we're at, you can see him start to lean that way to throw it. But when you're first, they never recognize it, you know, and you sit there and see him. They're not ready for that.
Max has a couple of ground ball outs in this game. He's second to Kyle Wright in most double plays turned behind him this year. Fried's gotten 13 double play balls. One here would help the Braves escape a 3rd inning jam. No score. Perfect pitch. Tipped and caught. He's a strike away from getting Nimmo.
And that's a pitch we've seen him kind of add in the last years, that changeup lefty on left. We heard our good buddy Tom Glavine talk about it. When he started throwing that is when he really took off. Always thinking you can't throw it lefty on left, and he was told, why not? If you got a good one, who cares?
Struck him out.
Now he reached back for a little bit here. 97. Look at that, down in the zone with a little sink.
So Fried one better than DeGrom in the strikeout column. One more man to get, and that is Starling Marte. Marte rolled out to 3rd his first time up. And a get me over curve. Amazing, Jeff. A man who hasn't pitched in 12 days has a touch and feel pitch working so beautifully early.
Now on a pitch we agreed on. He didn't throw it much. That's Saturday night.
Strike two.
And these are balls right down the middle, and it's freezing these Mets hitters. Heck of a job.
And the Mets failed to score. Now Atlanta tries to take the lead. The youngsters are leading the way. That's our Fueling Up feature presented by Racetrack.
Yeah, look at that. Most runs since August 10th. The two young guys, two 21-year-olds, they've combined for 19 runs and 12 RBIs. In those 8 games, they've stolen 2 bases apiece. The Braves are 7-1 in the 8 games with both of them in the lineup.
And that 10-run total for Grissom, the fastest ever to 10 runs in the history of the Braves franchise in their first major league games. So an exciting start as Michael Harris has an even count. Harris saw DeGrom up in New York and went 0 for 2. So there is a little bit of head-to-head history between these two. And out of play to the left. A ball and 2 strikes.
There was a changeup. First changeup of the night.
Braves have been so good, Jeff, with 2 out hits, 2 strike hits. See if Michael can provide one here.
That's what makes, I think, these matchups so interesting. DeGrom, when he has 2 strikes, hitters are 1 for 40 against him.
Oh, Harris is down on strikes. And that's how the home third starts. 1 up, 1 down. Robbie Grossman gets the start for the Braves in left field. He's our Synovus Get There feature.
And he's homered in back-to-back games. That's what we talked about last night. Kelly was talking about his adjustments. He had 205 with a 595 OPS in 83 games with Detroit. Braves bought him here. Great numbers against left-handed pitching. Right-handers not so much, but felt he found some things. Worked with Seitzer and the hitting guys here, and he's had a nice little stroke from this side.
May not seem like much, but you might remember up in New York when DeGrom was rolling, Grossman hit an absolute rocket to second base. Barreled up the ball, didn't get a hit, but he was able to pull Jacob up in New York.
No, and that's what he hit. 143 versus right-handed pitching in Detroit, and so far here in Atlanta, he's hitting 333 with some power.
Big 3-run homer here last night. Brought the Braves to within a run. And a center cut fastball. It's 1-2. DeGrom just remarkable. Just 102 games with a stress reaction in his right shoulder. Smoked into right field, a base hit with a 2-strike count.
Well, now they're 2 for 42 against them. Nice piece of hit.
Well, as I said, Grossman with a good approach up in New York. He's got the second Atlanta hit, and now DeGrom has to face Acuna out of the stretch.
Look, Grossman should know when he came over here, when he saw from Rosario Soler last year when they come over, you hit, you're playing.
In a game like this, Jeff, where runs will come at a premium, if you get a base runner, is this the kind of guy you try to take liberties against on the bases?
Problem is, we saw last night, with Ronald a couple times, McCann, one of the best catch and throw guys in baseball.
Grossman's got a good lead. And time called.
And DeGrom throws 100.
Which costs you a step, right?
Yeah.
So that's the decision the Braves have to make. As Acuna bats 1 on 1 out.
I don't think there's nothing that says you can't do it, but you need to pick the right pitch, the right count when you think you have it. I mean, he doesn't really slide step much. He's got a little bit of a leg kick when he goes. So if you pick the right pitch, you can do it.
Two triple-digit pitches has Ronald behind 0-2. Acuna's reached base 11 of his last 20 plate appearances. Had a 3 double game in the series, had a 4 walk game in this series. And now awaits a 1-2 pitch. Swing, fly ball, well hit toward left. Canha though retreats, and he'll make the play shy of the warning track. Back to first is Grossman, and 2 men are out. That must feel like a moral victory to hit a ball that hard, but the heartbreaking part is it was an atom ball to the left fielder.
Yes.
So here's Dansby. Dansby swung at the first pitch and flied out to Marte and right. Swanson 4 RBIs in the series. He's up to 65 of them.
And depending on what kind of read he gets here with 2 outs now, you might see Grossman try to make something happen.
Ruff holds the runner at first. And this is what happened up in New York.
And that was the last pitch he threw that Sunday afternoon. Andrew, the 2-run shot to right center. Drove in Adrianza, who, as you said earlier, walked off DeGrom.
The only man Jacob has walked this year. The pitch. He's fouled at the plate. And it's 0-2.
That's the thing. You're in there now. You see a lot of guys get ahead 0-2, Chip. They might try to waste a pitch or two. That's, to me, the difference between Jacob and most everybody other pitcher in baseball. He's not going to do that. He's going to come after you. So the only good thing is, as a hitter, he's probably going to be around the zone. Now the question is it going to be 100 or 94?
Swing, fly ball, left center field. That ball's going to get down and go to the gap. Grossman around second, on his way to third. Walsh is going to wave him. Here he comes. The Braves strike first.
Two out something. Dansby has done better than almost anybody in the league. And there you go. I'm not going to waste a pitch. The hitter's ready. And you see DeGrom trying to go away, and that ball backs up over the center of the plate. One of my keys, Chip, was cash in. When you get a chance to have a big hit like that, there you go.
So Dansby Swanson who's become one of the most ferocious two-strike, two-out hitters in the major leagues, gives the Braves their 222nd two-strike RBI this year. That's more than any other team in baseball, and Atlanta has the game's first run. Now let's see if he can add on. First chance for the Braves with a runner in scoring position. Austin Riley singled the other way his first time up.
Well, what a momentum by Max, holding them first and third, no outs, and then you flip it around and you get one.
So a long inning for DeGrom, up to 41 pitches. Thanks to the Braves' 11th two-out RBI against the Mets in this series. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Huge lead at second for Dansby. Changeup was followed by a 101-mile-an-hour fastball, and Riley spoiled that.
I'm definitely noticing some smaller swings. They're trying to put it in play.
Up the middle, base hit. Here comes Dansby. Another two-strike hit. It's 2-0.
Another slider, too. Let's check this one. Trying to go away. And Riley does a good job of just going out there and sending it right back up the middle.
'75 RBIs for Riley, who's 2 for 2 tonight against Jacob DeGrom. There's a line drive to short and into the shift. What an inning for the Braves. Their calling card, Jeff, 2-strike, 2-out hits. They got 2 of them and lead by 2 heading to the 4th. The home third. Atlanta's taken a 2-0 lead over Jacob DeGrom. Max Fried has been brilliant so far tonight, and that's our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Yeah, 2 earned runs or fewer in all 8 starts. He's held Mets batters to a 198 average in those 8 starts against the Mets.
What a job by Fried with runners first and third, nobody out, and he kept the Mets off the scoreboard. Now he'll face Lindor, Alonso, and Ruff. A lot on the line in this game. If the Braves win, they'll win the series and start play tomorrow, 3.5 games out of first place. Lindor rolled out to Dansby his first time up, so he is 0 for 1 in this game. Two great shortstops squaring off in game 4. As Fried readies with his 2-1 pitch. Little chopper, late break by Fried. Race to the bag. Olsen a perfect feed, and he got him. 1 out.
Now, even with the late break, Max, one of the best at fielding his position in the big leagues. makes up for it with quick speed. Fell off the side. You see him. That's how you do it. Put that head down right here, run over there, and then look up, get a good toss, and you get him by 2 steps.
Four ground ball outs for Max Fried. Here's Alonso, who popped out his first time up. Pete Alonso 1 for 12 at the plate in this series. One thing you love about Max, one of the many things you love about Max Fried, when he gets some offense, shutdown innings. Keeps momentum in the Braves dugout. That's the hope here.
You were hoping to get that lead early and then let him and the bullpen go to work.
And the bullpen, I think it's safe to say, Jeff, is set up with the big guns if this thing is in the Braves' favor in the 7th or later.
Yep. Well rested.
One ball, one strike. Late called strike 2.
Might have caught a break there. That pitch looked to be in a little bit. Agreed with you. That was a late call. Get a break, take advantage.
Alonso late on a slider, fought it off to stay alive. A ball and 2 strikes.
You know, Pete finally got that 2-run single last night in the top of the 9th. But besides that, we've talked, the Braves done such a good job of mixing speeds on him. This at bat, changeup, fastball, slider.
What's he do? 1 and 2. Gonna try with a fastball. And you pointed that out a couple of starts ago. The Braves have done a much better job in this series of pitching inside to these Mets hitters.
Inside and then throwing that off speed. That's what Charlie did so well on Tuesday night.
So deep breath for Max Fried. His 2-2 pitch. Little pop. Dansby drifting out, backpedaling, and has that one for out number 2. Soft contact from Pete Alonso.
And see, to me, by mixing those off-speed pitches, now 96 in, you jam him instead of him getting the head out. That's as good as you can do, mixing it up. And he didn't even drop on the curveball that time.
Darren Ruff, the hitter. He struck out his first time up. Max Fried ready with his 51st pitch. And this one slowly rolled towards second. Grissom's got it, and a perfect throw. Shutdown inning for Max Fried. Atlanta looks to add to a 2-0 lead in the 4th.
He be the hero in this clubhouse tonight for a couple of reasons. This afternoon, Alex Anthopoulos, in a radio interview here locally, said that Darno went up to him in Miami and said, "Hey man, can we get the soft serve ice cream machine back in the clubhouse?" To which Alex responded, "If you take 3 of 4 from the Mets, the ice cream machine is back." So guys, double incentive, right? Closing the gap on these guys and getting the ice cream machine back. It is a win-win-win if they get it done here tonight. And Frenchie, we now know where you will be before every pregame interview / game.
Well, that ball's trouble.
What a play by Lindor with his back to the infield.
This is the time of night, if you remember, Canada night lost Ronald's ball in game 1. But to go to Kelly's story, 2 things. Dwight Travis is one of my favorite players. He wants soft serve ice cream back in the thing. Now, my other complaint, Chip, and this is how you know how I feel. If you're 32 years old and you want some ice cream, get some ice cream. Why did that thing get moved in the first place?
I don't have an answer for that.
No, I don't either. But that's my beef. I'd be like, yeah, you can move the protein shake out of here, but not that.
So we know where your nutritional priorities are, right? Out with the protein, in with the ice cream. Well, the Braves are off to a good start toward getting the soft serve ice cream machine back in the locker room.
Yeah, they're 5 innings away from soft serve ice cream.
Rosario shoots one down the line, just foul. It's 0-2. And he's 1 for 6 in this series. He had a home run in the 2nd inning of the Braves' 13-1 win. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup from DeGrom. Fastball, curveball, changeup, all on display in that sequence. So Vaughn Grissom hits. Vaughn had a hit last night against a future Hall of Famer, Max Scherzer. Now he'd like to pick one up against arguably the game's best right-hander in the National League, Jacob DeGrom. As that one's yanked foul and out of play, it's 0-2. DeGrom sitting 98-99. He's reached back for 101, 102 a time or two. In the dirt, a ball and 2 strikes. Again, we mentioned it before. The Mets want to be very careful with Jacob DeGrom. The most pitches he's thrown in a game is 76. The deepest he's gone is 6 innings in his last start. Slowly hit towards short. Lindor will make the peg, and that will retire the Braves in order in the 4th. Jeff McNeil leads off versus Max Fried, who leads game 4 2-0. And a great scoring game for the series. Braves lead the Mets 2-0 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Fans, get your phones ready to scan the Coors Light Check In to Chill QR code. That's coming up soon for a big crowd watching Max Fried duel with Jacob DeGrom in the series finale tonight. Jeff McNeil, the New York second baseman, leads off the 5th inning. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Base hit on the first pitch. So McNeil, with his 8th hit of the series, will bring the tying run to the plate. Mark Canha will stand in. Canha with a 3rd inning double tonight.
We always know that McNeil likes that first pitch. There's another example.
And as we said, he hits lefties better than righties by average. 4 hits against left-handed Braves pitchers in this series alone. And 8 hits overall. So here's Canha. He led off the third with a double and was stranded at third base. Even count for the Mets left fielder. As we told you earlier, Max has had 13 double plays turned behind him this year. This will be a great spot for number 14 with Mr. Beatty waiting on deck. Two balls and a strike. Max Fried pitching for the first time in 12 days. He has been razor sharp.
He got that 1 inning, first and third, and came back after that, top of the third, and went to town.
McNeil doesn't run all that much. He's 2 for 2 in stolen bases. The Braves' lanky left-hander ready with his 2-1 pitch.
See, I like that. Everything the Canha's been in, which I like because you can get him in there. But that was a good slider away off the plate. You see, he didn't even go after that. Shut down because he was looking hard in.
So where does Max go with this 2-2 pitch?
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that curveball that he threw McCann.
Short lead. There's the curveball, and Canha yanked it foul. Canha playing his 100th game for the Mets tonight has hit into just 3 double plays. Time to change that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brett Beatty with a single is the man on deck. Full count. So the Mets are a team, Jeff, that doesn't strike out a lot. Fried does have 4 of them. Do you think Buck Showalter will run here with the bottom part of the order coming up?
The thing is, if you go here, you are banking on him putting the ball in play, because with Max's pickoff move, you're not getting a good jump. So if it's a strike three, you have a real good chance for a strike him out, throw him out.
Grissom is playing up the middle, almost right behind the second base bag. Olson, of course, is holding Jeff McNeil at first. And a long at bat for Mark Canha here. Not going. Swing, fly ball, well hit left. Grossman back as far as he can go, and the Mets have tied the game. First home run Max Fried has allowed since June the 9th. And it's a new game. 2-2 your score in the top of the fifth. So we start anew. Mark Canha with his 8th home run. Here's Beatty. He singled in the New York third.
Yeah, it's one of those pitches you can second guess all you want sometimes. The only thing I would say to that is all night Canha has shut down on the inside pitch, has not gone. So he's seeing that ball come in there. And that one was down and in. He dropped the bat head on it.
Up the middle, Grissom. Nice play for out number one. So the bad news is the Braves have surrendered the lead. The good news is we're tied 2-2.
No, for sure. Look, we know they can hit two. It's been the bottom part of the order for the Mets, though, that has kind of given the Braves trouble. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup, 10 hits the last 2 games.
So James McCann will hit with 2 in, 1 out. McCann struck out in that New York third. Two balls, no strikes to the number 9 hitter. Fans in Atlanta are into it tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground to third. Riley scoops that up. Catcher running. No problem. 2 outs.
Love watching those guys come through the ball the way they do. We just saw Grissom at second. And now Riley gets down eye level with the backhand and just scoops through it. It's become secondary to them. They've done it so much with Ron Washington.
Top of the order, Brandon Nimmo, who has struck out twice. Our game is as even as it can be. Each club 2 runs, 4 hits. Just the kind of game you would expect between teams managed by Buck Showalter of the Mets and Brian Snitker of the Braves. 2 aces working in game 4.
Both these pitchers have made just 1 or 2 mistakes, and give the hitters credit, they've got them tonight. Other than that, they've both been outstanding.
So Max a strike away from getting the Braves bats back in the game. Defensive swing. Fried to the line. Long throw. And got him. What a play.
I don't know if he got him or not, Chip, but boy, that was athletic. He popped off that mound and threw a strike. Nope. Got him.
By about 3 inches. Nimmo is out. Mets tie the game on a Canha homer. QR code on your screen for a chance to check into chill. Coors Light is prizing out the ultimate Braves experience by treating you and a guest to a Coors Light decorated hotel room located in the Battery Atlanta and tickets to a game. 2-2 score. Michael Harris versus Jacob deGrom, who gets ahead with strike 1.
I've been involved with Miller Coors now for about 4 years. They're outstanding. I did that QR code last year with cans here in the stadium when it would say, welcome to Truist Park. What an outstanding group, and all they do here for the Braves and in Atlanta. And just like Travis d'Arnaud is going to treat for a win with an ice cream machine, if we win tonight, silver bullets for me, you, and Hal up here. And
I like
Val.
That. Maybe some Frenchie's Blues too, right?
Yeah, any of that. My treat.
I like the way you think. 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed, and Jacob deGrom now trying to keep momentum in the Mets dugout after getting the game tied.
And the whole truck, all right? I can't just give the love up here. Whole truck, Kelly. We'll get everybody. So make sure you do that. It's a great giveaway.
Robbie Grossman singled and scored ahead of Dansby's 2-strike, 2-out double in the 3rd inning. Brown's taking a page out of Max Fried's book. First pitch curveballs.
Well, look, I think the Braves have done a good job tonight on him. Kind of, we talked about it shortening up a little bit, going the other way. More intent on putting that ball in play, and they've hit a slider tonight. All those hits in that 3rd inning came off the slider, 3 of them. So you're seeing him switch it up a little bit. A few more change-ups.
His slider has been 92-93, and that's extremely impressive. It was 96-97 against the Braves up in New York. 1-2 pitch. And there's the fastball at 100 miles an hour. 7 strikeouts for deGrom and 2 outs for Ronald Acuna. Ronald hit the ball hard his last time up, but lined it right to Canha. High pop right side. Ruff gives chase, but that will creep into the big crowd here in Atlanta. And Acuna back to the plate with a 1-1 count. See a few two-out base runners here for the Braves. Get that pitch count up for DeGrom. See how far Buck Showalter is willing to ride him in this game. We are in the 5th, tied 2 apiece. On the ground to 3rd. Beatty, long throw, and Ruff dug it out. And that will retire the side. DeGrom gets Atlanta 1-2-3 in the 5th. We go to the 6th in game 4.
Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
Max Fried and Jacob DeGrom. That matchup has lived up to billing through 5 innings. We are tied 2 apiece. Max Fried will face the Mets 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the 3rd time. This New York trio is 0 for 6 in the game, and they have yet to get the ball out of the infield. Hope that continues. 3rd time through the order. Starling Marte takes high, ball 1. To Riley, got the hop he wanted. Nicely done. Another ground ball out for Max. 1 away. Francisco Lindor is coming up, but first a quick word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's chicken finger plate with tongue torch, Zax sauce, or any of our sauces.
Max Fried has 9 ground ball outs in the game. 2 of them have come from Lindor. He tried to untie it, didn't get it. Strike 1. Lindor, a very strong man. He's hit 21 homers. As that spun off the plate, it's an even count. The Braves struck first in the 3rd inning. Two strike, 2 out run scoring hits from Swanson and Riley. The Mets tied it on a Canha 2-run homer on a full count pitch in the Mets 5th. Max Fried has dazzled tonight. He has struck out 4 men through 5 1/3 innings. Jacob DeGrom has struck out 7 Braves in his first 5 frames. Little tapper right back to Max, and a perfect throw for out number 2. 10 ground ball outs recorded by the Braves left-hander. Fans Mercy Me is performing at Truist Park Sunday, September 18th after our 1:35 game against the Phillies. The legendary Christian band has dozens of #1 hits and has accumulated more than 6 million albums sold worldwide. Field Pass tickets are available for the concert, as well as the Field Pass ticket package, which gets you into the Braves game and for the post-game concert. Go to braves.com/mercyme for information. Here's Alonso, 0 for 2. You are seeing tonight, Jeff, why Dave Roberts, the skipper of the LA Dodgers, said Max Fried might be the best left-handed starter in the National League.
I mean, show me another one that can do what he can do. Look, if you can argue a couple other guys, but he's definitely one of the top 2 or 3. I'll tell you that.
Making his first start since August the 6th, and going toe-to-toe with Jacob deGrom in Game 4 tonight. The 1-1 pitch, fouled straight back. It's 1-2. Max ready with his 1-2. Every pitch has such weight. Chased. Max Fried has his 5th strikeout. And now the Braves 2 3-4 hitters are coming up for their 3rd look at Jacob deGrom. What a game. It's 2-2. Will complete your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Closing in on 9 o'clock Eastern time. Right guys at the right time are coming up for the Braves. Atlanta has 4 hits. Swanson and Riley have 3 of them. See if we can get a lead again against Jacob deGrom.
I was going to say, it's getting late. You can try to find a way to push one more across. Could be enough to stick.
Dansby with a run-scoring 2-strike double. Takes outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, deGrom's given up 5 runs all season, Chip. This man in the box is responsible for 3 of them.
2-run homer up in New York, a run-scoring double in the 2-run Braves 3rd tonight. Get the leadoff man on if you can. Dansby's ahead in the count. Oh, what a rip. Wicked slider, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a center cut fastball freezes Swanson for out number 1. You know what he was looking for?
Yeah.
So surprise party thrown by the gifted Mets right-hander Jacob deGrom, 1 away for Riley. Here's a question. I wonder if anybody's 2 for 2 against Jacob deGrom this year. Austin Riley is. Austin's come up with a bunch of big hits for the Braves this year, including a 3rd inning single. Austin with 30 home runs. He's hit 10 of those 30 home runs when the game has been tied for the Braves.
Yeah. That's a slider that you can't hit.
Yeah.
That was 94. When he makes that pitch, that's when Jacob is tough.
Another fastball. Swanson and Riley are frozen. 2 up, 2 down, and Matt Olson's coming up. In deGrom's last start, he went 6 innings against the Phillies, threw 76 pitches. Mets won that game 1-0. deGrom had plenty left in the tank. I'm sure Buck Showalter was saving those pitches for this game against the Braves. And so again, the most he's thrown is 76 in a start this season.
I could see him going 1 more tonight and going through 7.
Matt Olson has flied out and lined out. No balls and a strike. That scatters the Braves in the first base dugout, and deGrom ahead 0-2. Ruff, McNeil, and Canha coming up for New York in the 7th. And our great stat man Hal Galima tells us that Austin Riley is the first man this year to have 2 hits against deGrom in a game this season.
Yeah.
Of course, Jacob hasn't pitched all that many innings, but still an impressive,
might not matter.
an impressive accomplishment, no doubt, for the Braves' young third baseman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Olson leads the club in walks. Braves will take a base runner any way they can get it against deGrom, with d'Arnaud waiting on deck. Matt has the left side of the infield to play with a 2-2 count. So that is the most pitches deGrom has thrown in a game. He's at 77. And it's a 3-2 count for Matt Olson. Popped him up. Beatty is the lone man on the left side of the infield, right at the third base bag. And that will retire the side. We go to the 7th. What a game in Atlanta. We're still tied 2 apiece. For an Xfinity game break where the incredible Albert Pujols hit a grand slam today, Jeff. Home run number 690 for the future Hall of Famer. And the Cardinals routed the Rockies by 13-0 final score. We will see the Cardinals on our next road trip.
Albert's still doing it a little bit this season. I have to say they've gotten more out of him than I thought they would.
So Max Fried to work in the 7th inning of a tie game. Ruff, McNeil, and Canha. Similar inning for Max Fried here in the 7th that DeGrom faced in the Braves' 6th. McNeil and Canha have combined for 3 of the Mets' 4 hits. And they'll follow Darren Ruff, who's 0 for 2. The Braves bullpen is busy. It's Raisel Iglesias getting up. That floats outside for Darren Ruff. 2 balls and a strike. How great is it to have Max Fried back in rotation for the Braves? As this ball is slowly hit towards second, no problem to take care of Darren Ruff. Another ground ball out for Max. That's 11 in the game. Jeff McNeil, the hitter. And now a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
McNeil singled ahead of the Canha home run.
Now, this is one guy I always say you got to be careful on that first pitch. Lefty, righty, it doesn't matter. He's looking to be aggressive.
Fouled away. No balls and a strike. In the air right at Michael. He'll drift back 6 or 7 steps, and there's out number 2. So one more man to get. It's Mark Canha, who's 2 for 2. And after Max retires him, we will send you to the stretch. Presented by Synovus. Trevor, Nick, and BJ will break down further this awesome pitching matchup between Max Fried and Jacob deGrom.
You know, this time around, we'll see. Last time up, that pitch to Canha, I think Max shook Travis d'Arnaud off. I want to see if they work him away this time. He has done a good job of shutting down in. If I'm Max here, I'm making him hit it to right center here.
Belt high fastball, strike 1. So he's got him at his mercy, partner. 0-2.
2 sinkers. I wouldn't mind seeing either a curveball on the outer half down or even a changeup.
Pitch number 92. Okay, so 2 sinkers and a changeup to the hottest hitter in the Mets lineup, Mark Canha. Struck him out. Max Fried sends us to the stretch with a 2-2 tie. A magnificent return after a 12-game absence. Trevor, take it away.
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Welcome into The Stretch, presented by Synovus. Trevor Scales, Nick Green, Brian Jordan outside kicking it on the battery with you. And we were promised a pitcher's duel. It had absolutely lived up to set expectations. Both Max Fried and Jacob deGrom, Nick, have been dealing to start this bad boy off.
This is fun, right? I mean, this is what you expect when you see two aces on the mound. I love the way that Fried has bounced back after his absence. He's thrown the ball really well. deGrom has had one bad inning, and that's it. These guys have been phenomenal, and they've done it with different pitches and a little bit different repertoire, BJ, but they put on an absolute show.
They got a clinic going on right now. And how about my man Max Fried? 12 days off from a concussion. I know there's a lot of question marks coming into the game. Can he return and be Maximus? Well, those questions were answered tonight. He was great after 7 innings. And look at the numbers. Only 4 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, and deGrom just getting it done with 9 strikeouts. But you know what? We can beat deGrom. We got to get him this inning, guys.
That's it. Like, there's the opportunity to lay it out. Austin Riley, the first man to get multiple hits. Let's see if Travis d'Arnaud can get his first hit of the night on the other side of a quick word from our friends at Synovus.
Opportunity won't always come to you, but with Synovus as your bank, you can always go towards it. Synovus, get there.
Great job with the Stretch, guys. Here we go. Home 7th. d'Arnaud, Rosario, and Vaughn Grissom are coming up.
Look here, d'Arnaud, 486 on the first pitch.
Two two-strike mistakes have cost deGrom 2 runs. This will be the longest Jacob has pitched in a big league game this year. He's at 78 pitches on the night. "12 homers for Travis on the year. 1 would break the tie here at home. And he tried to do just that. Strike 1. Well, have these guys been good throwing their off-speed stuff early in the count?
Yeah, they have.
Two and 1. A.J. Minter is throwing in the Braves bullpen. Nobody has moved a muscle in the Mets pen yet. A base runner might change that. Oh, what a cut. Foul back. 2 and 2.
I don't ever want to say that Jacob deGrom has training wheels on him, but if the training wheels were ever going to come off, tonight was the night in this type of game.
Yeah, if the Mets get out of town with a split, they leave town the way they came into town, 5.5 up.
Exactly. You lose, it's all of a sudden 3.5. It's a little tighter.
Sharply hit to Beatty at third. And he crow hops and throws a strike. 1 man down.
Before we get to Rosario, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Take me out to the Giant. Take me out for a car. The Giant selection is something to see.
Well, part of the Braves are looking for their first base runner since their 2-run third. deGrom has set down 11 straight. Let's see if Rosario can change that. The third inning was the most stressful for Jacob. Sharply hit and foul. Even count.
His velocity is still good. 92-mile-per-hour changeup.
Somewhere Tom Glavine just spit out his water when you said that. Even count. Followed by a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. DeGrom has not walked a batter. Neither has Max Fried. This has been a pitching clinic. Fly ball center, but right at Nimmo. And Brandon will gather that in for the second out. And Vaughn Grissom is your hitter. He's been up with 2 outs in all 3 of his at-bats tonight. This kid was relishing the chance to face Jacob DeGrom. He has struck out and he has grounded out. This kid's got plenty of power. He's hit a couple of homers. Let's see if he can run into one. '90th pitch coming up, and now the bullpen phone will ring for the Mets.
Believe it or not, we talked about all the power and RBIs for the Braves. The 7 through 9 hitters for the Braves have more home runs than 1 through 3 or 4 through 6 this year. 64 home runs, 7 through 9 in the order.
Disappearing slider evens the count. And Seth Lugo, as we presumed, is getting warm for the Mets. Now the 2-2 pitch. And Grissom fought it off. Again, the 2-2. Check swing off the netting. Well, Vaughn, no matter who you face the rest of your career, you won't be able to say they were much better than this guy. No. He's held his own at the plate tonight. And he's worked a full count, which is something else he's done a very good job of. Most pitches DeGrom has thrown in a game since April of 2021. Here tonight, Harris waits on deck. With the payoff pitch. On the ground to third. Beatty dives. It trickles away. And the Braves have a runner with 2 out. And here comes Buck Showalter.
No, he's going down there.
Jacob DeGrom, 6 2/3 innings. He leaves in a tie game, but the Braves have the leading run aboard with 2 outs in the home 7th.
Big 2-out knock for Vaughn Grissom, who is now standing at first. And boy, has he shown some great composure in these big moments. And in talking to Kevin Seitzer this afternoon, he goes, I got a great Vaughn Grissom story for you. You might remember the other day in Miami, that 10-pitch walk he took. And he, of course, laid off the changeup, blowing away. He came back to the dugout and said, man, great at bat. He goes, yeah, I knew changeup was coming. He goes, really? And he goes, yeah, they all do it. Oh, is that so? Well, what happens then if they were to throw that backdoor two-seamer, try and freeze you? And he goes, I'd have smacked it. And he goes, that just shows you the kind of confidence this guy oozes right now. He's not afraid of anybody on that mound, and he's not afraid of any moment, guys.
Hit against Max Scherzer, a hit against Jacob deGrom in back-to-back games.
Look, deGrom came out and blew his doors off that first at bat, and the second and third at bat, you could see made some adjustments. 3-2 there, shortened it up and put it in play. You love the confidence.
Somehow it's on a tee for Michael Harris against Seth Lugo. Michael Harris in the late innings has been so good for the Braves. So many big hits. And you know all about his power to all fields in a tie game. Two and 0. 9 RBIs this month for Michael. He scored 14 runs. Leading candidate for Rookie of the Year among position players in the National League. He's looking for his first hit tonight. The 2-0 pitch.
I can see Seitz in there listen to Grissom say that and just be like, all right, kid, whatever you say.
As Kelly said, you love the swagger, you love the confidence.
You got to play with confidence. I don't care who's out there.
Good lead, 2-1 pitch. And that floats in. Lugo's got that big spinning curveball. And from 2-0 now to 2-2. Scherzer and deGrom, peas and carrots on the Mets dugout bench. Lugo ready. He checked his swing, and now an advantage for Grissom. He'll get a head start. Game like this, you'd expect Grissom to score another run, wouldn't you? 10 runs scored in his first 8 games. Outfield very deep. No doubles. 3-2. Fought off.
Now Lugo, all his career, when he's had to make a pitch, it's that slow breaking ball. Tries to live with that fastball up in the zone and throw that curveball off that same spot.
So what's the key to hitting it?
Well, you got to see it up. It's got good movement to it, but he will hang it. But it's only 80. It's a lot slower curveball.
3 balls, 2 strikes again. The pitch on the ground. That's going to sneak into center field. Grissom around second, on his way to third. They're going to wave him. Here comes the throw toward the plate. It's cut off. Throw. Safe.
Wow. You know what, Chip, when he hit that, we both kind of put our arms out because you could see the angle right here. It was not hit hard. Nimmo had to go a long ways and kind of got sideways like he didn't think Grissom was going to go. And he does not got a great arm in the outfield. And Ron Washington, if there's anybody that you know will send someone. And another run scored for the young rookie. Wow.
Charge it to deGrom. The Braves lead 3-2. That ball was 30, maybe 40 feet behind the second base bag, and Grissom scores from first. Atlanta back in front, 3-2. Another 2-out run scoring hit.
76 RBIs now by the 9-hole. 4-hole in the order, 77. Wow. You know, it's a perfect lesson, though, when you're sitting at home as an outfielder. You're taught all the time, charge through the ball. If Nimmo comes hard through that and charges it, Ron Washington probably shuts Grissom down. But when you slow down, take a step to get it, you saw Wash. He said right there, go. Take a chance.
Fortune favors the bold. And it did for Atlanta in the 7th. They lead 3-2. How about these kids? Grissom and Harris again coming through late.
Pretty good 8-9.5, huh?
Wow.
Or tonight 7 and 8. Sorry.
So now the Braves have things set up to their liking. Fresh bullpen. They lead DeGrom 3-2. We need 6 more outs. Sharply hit, and Alonso will, Ruff will make the play at first, I beg your pardon, and that will end the inning. Grissom with a base hit off DeGrom. Harris with a base hit up the middle. And Vaughn outrun the relay. And Atlanta takes its second lead to the 8th inning. 3-2 Braves in Game 4. Run in his 9th major league game. That run is the difference in Game 4. Michael Harris brought it in with the 3rd 2-strike, 2-out RBI hit of this game. And now as we head to the 8th inning, it's all set up for the Braves bullpen. A.J. Minter is the first man out to face left-hand hitting Brett Beatty, James McCann, and then Brandon Nimmo.
Minter's been outstanding in August. Opponents 0 for 19 off him. He has come in and fill up that strike zone, and perfect guy for the perfect situation here.
So Max Fried is in line to win this game. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run.
And in line for the win.
Brett Beatty 1 for 2 tonight. A solid single in the 3rd inning. And a pair of Texans squaring off here as A.J. Minter gets ahead 0-2. He went 1 out. James McCann is the hitter. He's 0 for 2. Let's check out the bullpens, Jeff. That's our team comparison tonight, brought to you by Landmark.
Well, they've both been really good. And when you talked about the record when either scores first, this is the reason why. They're able to shut things down. The Braves lead the MLB with 41 saves. One thing you see there, Mets bullpen gives up a few more home runs in that Braves bullpen.
Minter gets the all-important first out. Austin Riley guards the line at 3rd with the Mets catcher up there. Riley fielded a ground ball against McCann in the 5th inning. Good try, but off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Line drive right center. Michael on the run. Can't get it. And that's going to go to the bullpen fence. McCann reaches out and strokes a 1-out double. Just kept tailing away from the Braves center fielder. And the tying run is on for New York in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, that pitch, he was trying to go away and it cut center, and you could see it. Harris had a good beat on it, but Chip, as you said, it just tailed away, and they're going to have Tyler Naquin come in and pinch run.
That's the first hit for the Mets offense against A.J. Minter all year. And Naquin will pinch run in the 8th inning. And now you've got lefty-lefty with Brandon Nimmo up. More action in the Braves bullpen. A right-hander's gotten up. Iglesias was throwing earlier, and he is pitching in the pen right now. Nimmo is 0 for 3. AJ trying to end his streak of 25 straight road games reaching base. Max Fried pitched out of a 1st and 3rd. Nobody out. Mess in the 3rd. Minter has a runner at 2nd. 1 out with a 1-run lead. Beautiful pitch.
Wow.
0-2.
Painted at 97.
Well, can he do it again?
Why not?
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Nope, he'll fake to second. Best arms in the outfield for the Braves are in center and in right in case Nimmo records a hit. And now the 0-2. Didn't chase it. Against teams as good as the Braves and Mets, nothing comes easy.
No.
And we've got 3 more head-to-head, the final 3 home games of the year here at Truist Park. Again, the weight of every pitch is evident.
Well, it's more Travis and AJ getting on the same page, because with PitchCom, it's not like you're giving signals.
Nimmo back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Iglesias getting ready for Marte, perhaps. Then you've got Lindor, the switch hitter, in the hole. Naquin a good lead. The pitch. This is what Nimmo does. He will take. He will make you work. He doesn't fish often.
If AJ could dial up the perfect pitch here, it'd be that fastball, Chip, to me, on the inner half. Because Nimmo's looking to kind of punch that ball to left field.
He's had some success pumping fastballs under his hands. Let's see if Minter can put one here with the next. He got it. Swing and a miss. Fastball. That's the second out.
What a pitch. I like that. Just above the zone. And see, Nimmo was trying to shoot it that way. AJ beat him to the spot.
So Minter strikes out a pair. He'll leave with the Mets pinch runner Tyler Naquin at second, and Iglesias versus Marte here in the 8th is next.
Ball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
The Braves try to take 3 out of 4 from the Mets. Raisel Iglesias will face Starling Marte with the tying run at second and 2 outs. And a good start to the sequence. Of all the Mets hitters, Marte has seen Iglesias the most. We'll see if that matters here with 2 outs in the 8th.
This is trusting your instinct here with bringing the righty you got in, because Minter, you know, obviously tough on righties and lefties, but trusting this right on right matchup.
Broken bat right behind second. Grissom's got it. Throw to first. Standing over. The Mets strand another man in scoring position. Atlanta looks to add on. It's 3-2 in the 8th. Best coverage in the game. Jeff, let's check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. This big league game lived up to the advanced billing. The pitchers were studs on the mound, and the Braves kids have come through, and it meant the most.
Well, we thought it was going to be a great pitching matchup tonight, and it was. And a huge hit by Harris there, and really comes down to this whole series if the Braves get 3 more outs. Mets 0 2-out RBIs this series. Chip, the Braves 13. All 3 runs tonight. 2-out RBIs.
So a new battery for New York. Michael Perez, who has a very strong arm. He is behind the plate. Michael Givens is on the mound, and he's got to go through the top of the Braves order. Acuna, Swanson, and Austin Riley. Givens is the 3rd Mets pitcher to work tonight.
Well, this is where you'd love just even one tack-on run. Braves have pounded Givens so far when they have faced him this year.
And Givens has had a rough time since coming over from the Cubs. 9 earned runs in 6 innings. So maybe right guy at the right time for the Braves to add on. So Ronald Acuna Jr. is up in the 8th. We'll be fired up on Friday, September 2nd, when the Marlins are here. It's his bat flip bobblehead night, presented by Xfinity. The first 15,000 fans will get that. Braves have always had a great promotional schedule, great bobblehead collection here in 2022. You want to make sure to add Ronald's to yours. Go to Braves.com/promos for Friday, September 2nd, when the Fighting Fish are here. It's 1-2. Looking ahead to the New York 9th. Lindor, Alonso, and Ruff are scheduled. Kenley Jansen is getting ready in the bullpen. And Ronald chased one off the plate. Givens strikes him out. Acuna 0 for 4. 1 away for Dansby Swanson. And a quick word from Truist.
Tim always offered the best advice.
Hit it nice and firm.
Today, Tim is a teammate at Truist, where you can get personalized insights right on the app.
Well, Jeff, you mentioned the 2-strike, 2-out hits. Dansby Swanson picked up the first one in the 3rd inning.
Well, DeGrom's given up 6 earned runs, like we said, and Dansby has driven in 3 of them off Jacob.
Changeup. Compared to DeGrom's, that was a Bugs Bunny changeup. It was 81 miles an hour. And then 92 with the heat.
Well, that's what Dansby's used to, 92 slider tonight, not the heat.
Young fans may not remember a man who used to pitch for years in the American League named Luis Tiant. Great start with the Indians for a while. The Boston Red Sox had a very similar shoulder turn where he almost turns his back on the hitter before he delivers the baseball. That's what Givens does and adds to his effectiveness. And it worked to take care of Swanson. 2 up, 2 down via strikeout. And Austin Riley, the last hope to provide some insurance with the bases empty here in the 8th.
Well, just watching Acuna and Dansby both kind of off balance facing Givens after seeing all that heat from DeGrom. Scherzer last night, DeGrom today.
I'm asking because I don't know. Does it feel like the ball's never going to get there when you're used to seeing 100 and this guy's throwing 91?
Yeah, 91 straight instead of 92 cut.
So Givens a strike away from a perfect 8th inning. We'd love a perfect 9th from that man. Swing and a miss. How about that inning from Michael Givens? He struck out the side. Now Kenley Jansen, the stage is yours in the 9th.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Astros are in town to start a weekend series. That's our next broadcast. Our coverage, Jeff, starts at 6:30 Eastern on Bally Sports Southeast. You know what it is.
It's the Friday Night Showdown.
Indeed it is. It's presented by our friends at Kaiser Permanente. Kyle Wright will face Lance McCullers in the series opener. Kenley Jansen will come on now to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. He will try to finish off, Jeff, what Max Fried started tonight.
Yeah, Max was outstanding tonight. As we're going to take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. His 6 punch outs tonight. Look at the location of every one of those chips down in the zone. Max was outstanding tonight coming back out. Minter and Iglesias were great, and now they get it to the big guy, Kenley Jansen, who in his career has been outstanding against the Mets. 15 for 15 in save opportunities, Chip, with a 1.02 ERA.
But he's got the toughest part of the order to deal with. The 3, 4, 5 hitters for New York. It starts with Francisco Lindor. Lindor is 0 for 3 in the game. He has grounded out 3 times tonight. He's batting left-handed for the first time in the game. His previous at-bats came against Max Fried. Get the first guy. Ball 1. Riley even with the bag at third. Olsen hugging the line at first. One ball, one strike. On the ground, Olsen can't get there. So the Mets have the leadoff man on, representing the tying run, Francisco Lindor. And now Pete Alonso will be the hitter.
Now, you know, Matt Olson's guarding that line over there. Kind of playing that no doubles. And you can see Lindor didn't necessarily hit that hard, got the rollover, but with Matt playing on the line, just out of the reach. And this is something to keep an eye on now, because Jansen really slow to the plate. Lindor good speeds. The base runners 54, 56 last 6 seasons against Jansen.
So let's see how patiently Alonso approaches Kenley Jansen. He is a double play candidate. We'll see how long Lindor is at first base. Again, nothing comes easy.
Yeah.
Riley on the line at third now. For the right hand hitting Mets designated hitter. Lindor takes off, and Alonso pops it up. Long run. Can anybody catch up? No, it drops safely.
Wow, what
and the Braves are going to get a forced play at second base.
Wow.
Lindor had to hold up because he wasn't sure if it was going to be caught. It dropped safely, and the Braves get a huge break, a force out on a pop-up.
100%. You can see Lindor going. Can't believe Alonso swung at that with the good jump. And he had to go all the way back, and you can't blame him, Chip. If I'm Lindor, I'm going hard back thinking, yeah, you have 3 really good athletes out there, and the ball just happened to fall in front. And really a break for the Braves, because now you have Alonso on first, Chip, instead of Lindor with the speed. A lot harder for Alonso to steal a bag.
So a break finally goes the Braves' way against New York. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Here's Dan Vogelbach to pinch hit. He's a double play candidate if you get the ball on the ground. Vogelbach has hit in 9 twin killings. And he's straightened up with a strike.
I'll go back and say, to me, the most surprising thing there was Alonso swinging on that first pitch. You got to know Jansen's slow to the plate. And that's part of Kenley has talked about it. Look, I get it. Guys get on, they're going to go. Works out for the Braves.
That's why I asked, how patient will Alonso be? He wasn't. And that could be a huge play. The pitch sinks off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Originally, I thought we were going to catch that and have a chance at a double play ball at first.
Well, we got 1 instead of none. As Alonso leads at first. Not going. And a strike at the knees. Boy, you'd really love a double play here. Crowd on its feet. 2-2.
Yeah, you got the right guys here for a double play, Chip. Alonso at first, Vogelback. Kenley gets more fly balls with his style of pitching. Hadn't had a double play yet this year, so it'd be the perfect time for his first one. They climbed the ladder on him. Beautiful. A lot of that was low, low, low. He sees the pitch up, and he can't catch up to it.
But you've got to deal with the hottest hitter for the Mets, Jeff McNeil. Another pinch runner will come on for New York. Looks like Marrero is going to come in and run.
You know, Chip, kind of surprised that it took this long to get a pinch runner in if you were going to do it. If you did it last, you know, at the very start of that, you could have had him at second now in 2 chances. But now for Kenley, even if he does steal, you're worried about this guy at the plate right here.
McNeil's had the best series at the plate for the Mets. He has 8 hits in 4 games. He's 1 for 6 in his career against the Braves closer. Strike 1. McNeil takes a rare first pitch. Runner goes. Throw to second. And he held the bag. So the Mets, with a pinch runner with 2 outs, now have the tying run in scoring position and an even count on McNeil. Mark Canha, a right-hand hitter, is on deck.
Well, a good thing here. You're going to hard hit ball up the middle. Line drive sharp to right field. Michael Harris, Acuna have the ability to throw him out if you do get action that way.
Little tapper. Canley's got it. Olsen to the bag, and the Braves win the series.
Well, Kenley's now 16 of 16 versus the Mets. His 378th save, Chip, 9th all time. What a great ball! What a great ball game tonight.
It was a great series.
That was a great series. Braves answered the bell on this one for me. You lose 4 out of 5 up in New York last week, and you come back and you get 3 out of 4 here. Great pitching matchup. And great timely hitting, and the young guys, 21-year-olds, come through with the winning run.
The Braves gained 2 games on the Mets in the standings. And for the first time this year, the New York Mets have lost a series against a divisional foe. And best of all, Jeff, there's a new ice cream machine on the way in the Braves locker room.
There is, and silver bullets on me.
Yeah. Not sure which I like better of those 2 options. So, what a series. Max Fried outduels Jacob deGrom. The two kids push across the winning run in the 7th inning. Vaughn Grissom breaks the tie with a dash from first on a single into center field. And now we'll welcome the AL champ Astros to town for the first of 3 here tomorrow night. Our coverage starts at 6:30 on Bally Sports Southeast. What a series, what a game. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. For Kelly Cole and Jeff Rancour, I'm Chip Carey. Braves Live, presented by Xfinity, is next.